Hi, this is Dennis Fassett, the Cashflow Mercenary. Welcome to another installment of Cashflow Mercenary Television. I want to give you an update on our Mt Clemens apartment deal that we've been working on for last couple weeks. I tell you, to say that the bank is moving at a glacial pace is far overstating their progress and their sense of urgency on this. I'm kind of surprised it's taken over 3 weeks for them to do their initial sniff test on the 4 or the 5 of us. Just find out if they even want to negotiate a deal. I mean, this wasn't even a full underwriting exercise they were supposed to be taking on. This is supposed to be just letting us know whether or not the team of investors was acceptable to them to even start negotiating, because we don't even have a purchase agreement in place on this deal yet. So they're moving very, very, very slow. But it gives us time to do some analysis, and since the partnership group is the first time we're working together, gives us time to ask a lot of questions, answer a lot of questions, get comfortable with the deal. But what I'm hoping is that it's not too much time, so we all get, or that the investors get analysis paralysis and then get cold feet and want to back at it. Most of them, actually all of them are I know all but one of them personally, and I don't expect that to happen, because they're all real knowledgeable guys, and I expect us that we'll move forward and we'll be into this profitably here shortly. But one of the things I wanted to point out in this building that you ought to watch out for when you're looking at buildings is that is on the revenue side of things. This building was advertised as a 13 unit, 12 units in a studio. But when we got over there, we realized that 12 units were fine, but the 13th unit was actually Mr. Seller renting out a storage room that happened to have a full bath in it as a studio. No kitchen, no plumbing, no stove, no refrigerator, no nothing. And it's not a legal studio. And so what I went back to Mr. Seller and said, unfortunately, that's great that you got rent for that, but you can't include that in the revenue stream because it's not a legal studio. So I gave Mr. Seller a couple of choices this week. Said that he either needed to reduce the price on the building overall so I could get the same return on investment minus that revenue from the studio, which he was not happy about because it was substantial, as you can imagine, taking off 1/13 of the rent off the top. Or I told him that he could pay to have the studio, the storage room, built into a real studio, probably $3,000 or $4,000, something like that. Again, put plumbing, stove, refrigerator, kind of a kitchenette area or whatever in there, and make it into a real studio. And so that's where we're at right now, is negotiating that. But it's important to understand where your revenue is coming from. And it's also important to be within the law. I mean, it's great that people like to skate in the gray areas, or if they think they're gray areas. I mean, I don't think it's gray. And the last thing I want is the city to come over to do a rental inspection, find somebody living in a storage room, and me getting rent for it, and then having me fined or whatever, have to kick that guy out, and then lose a stream of revenue that I was expecting, and that I paid a price that took that into consideration. So not going to happen. So anyway, that's where we're at. Again, it's taken very long, but I expect that we ought to know something here in the next couple of weeks and be able to close in December, hopefully. And I've already got a lot of interest in the building, so hopefully we can get it full as well before then. This is Dennis Fassett, the Cashflow Mercenary. Thanks again for tuning in. We will talk again next week.